It is 1 hour 30 Universal Time. I'm Jim Tedder in Washington. People in Gaza say Israeli military planes have fired a missile at a bridge. Israeli troops and tanks are deployed along the border of the Palestinian territory. Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Olmert has ordered the army to prepare to attack. The move follows the kidnapping of an Israeli soldier. Israel has also closed down all security positions around the Gaza Strip. The Palestinian militant group that kidnapped the Israeli soldier has confirmed that he is alive. But the group says it will not release him without something in return. The militants have demanded that Israel release all female Palestinian prisoners. Also Tuesday, Palestinian officials said the groups Hamas and Fatah have reached an agreement on a plan that recognizes Israel. About 450 Iraqi prisoners have been freed under a national plan to reduce violence. The prisoners were released Tuesday across Iraq. Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki announced the plan on Sunday. He said he would release 2,500 prisoners by the end of June. The pardon does not include those who took part in criminal or terrorist activities. In other news, the United States military says rebel attacks have killed an American Marine and a soldier outside of Baghdad. And in Kirkuk, a bomb hidden in a car exploded and killed 3 Iraqis. Hours later, another bomb explosion killed 3 people in the Dora area of Baghdad. American Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice has urged Pakistan and Afghanistan to cooperate better in their efforts to fight terrorism. Ms. Rice spoke during a news conference in Islamabad following meetings with the Pakistani President, Pervez Musharraf, and his foreign minister. The President reportedly has decided to send as many as 10,000 extra troops to the border between Pakistan and Afghanistan. About 80,000 troops have already been deployed there. Ms. Rice will visit Afghanistan on Wednesday to meet with Afghan President Hamid Karzai. Italy says it is withdrawing as many as 400 troops from Afghanistan. Italian political leaders reached a compromise on Tuesday. Some leaders want a complete withdrawal, while others want Italy to continue taking part in NATO and European Union military operations. Italy has about 1,300 soldiers in Afghanistan. Fighting in southern Afghanistan on Tuesday killed 2 British and 4 Afghan soldiers. Reports say at least 26 suspected rebels were also killed. Also Tuesday, Afghan officials say a man exploded a bomb near German soldiers in northern Kunduz province. The attacker and 2 civilians were killed. You are listening to the news in VOA Special English. Panama's National Assembly has approved an expansion of the Panama Canal. Lawmakers approved a proposal Monday made by Panamanian President Martín Torrijos. The Electoral Council is expected to hold a national vote on the issue after 3 months. The expansion would deepen and widen the canal so that larger ships can use it. Ships would also be able to move faster through the canal. Mr. Torrijos says about 40,000 people will be employed in expanding the Panama Canal. The work is expected to cost more than $5,000 million. The largest Spanish-language media company in the United States, Univision, has been sold for almost $14,000 million. Company officials announced the sale on Tuesday. The agreement calls for a group of private investors to take on more than $1,000 million of the company's debt. People who hold stocks and shares in Univision have to approve the sale. If they do, the sale will be completed early next year. Ecuador says it will not rejoin the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. The president's spokesman says that Ecuador would be a small oil producer in a group of powerful producers. He says this would force Ecuador to restrict its already small production of oil. Last month, Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez suggested that Ecuador rejoin OPEC. Ecuador withdrew from the oil group in 1992. A United States Congressional Committee for International Relations has approved an agreement to share civilian nuclear technology with India. The agreement calls for India to permit inspection of its civilian nuclear centers. The House of Representatives will debate the proposed agreement next month. The United States has restricted nuclear cooperation with India for many years. India has not signed the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. A top United States lawmaker says new satellite pictures suggest that North Korea is not going to launch a long-distance missile soon. The chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee says the pictures show that some preparation for a launch has not been done. However, Senator John Warner said North Korea's intentions are not clear. He also said the United States is not considering attacking first to prevent a North Korean strike. Mr. Warner called for North Korea to return to the international talks that were suspended last November. In sports news, Brazil and France are the final teams to reach the quarter-final round of the World Cup soccer games in Germany. The current champion, Brazil, defeated Ghana 3-0 earlier Tuesday in Dortmund. The Brazilian player known as Ronaldo is now the top scorer in the history of the World Cup. He has scored 15 goals. In Hanover, France defeated Spain 3-1. Brazil and France will play against each other in the quarterfinals on Saturday. And now, briefly, here again is the major news. Reports from Gaza say Israeli military planes have fired a missile at a bridge. Israeli tanks and troops have been deployed at the border of the Gaza Strip. In Iraq, about 450 prisoners have been released. And in Islamabad, American Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice has urged Pakistan and Afghanistan to cooperate better in the fight against terrorism. And that's the news in VOA Special English. Jim Tedder reporting.